I don't think these videos are going anywhere. And maybe I need to find a new way to kind of like tap into what this is instead of having a wishy-washy introduction every time and not knowing what the hell's going on. So what is this? What is happening right now? This is me feeling an energy building inside of me, whether that is of emotional or mental content. I'm not really sure. I'm quite sure it's both. It's just like my internal psyche is like a whirlwind of energy, and I feel this need to talk about it because talking about it helps it to kind of flow better within me. So there's a lot of things that have been going on lately, but there was one thing that I really want to talk about, which is my fear. And for quite a long time now, I've known who I am. The search for self is over, and I know who I am. But I still feel fear of people not understanding me, and I don't feel like going into that right now. But there's two aspects that are great in their contribution to my dilemma, and one is my body, and one is my fear. And I literally this morning wrote about how my body is like the number one cause for my dilemma. But I just realized that's not true. The number one cause for my dilemma is fear. Straight up fear. And that fear lives in my body and causes my body anxiety. But the anxiety and the bodily energy is fear. Like my fear is what causes that in me. So my fear is my number one nemesis. And what is my fear exactly? My fear is of judgment. My fear is of false judgment. My fear is of being misunderstood. My fear is not being known for what I am and being rejected. And I've been over this with myself many times. I've been over this in writing. I've been over this in video recordings. I can't be rejected. The contents of my fear are an illusion, because the outcome that I'm afraid of is impossible, because I'm only rejecting myself. And what I mean by that is that when I'm truly connected to who I am, I know that I am in everyone. And that sounds and feels really weird to say, but in truth, I know what I am. And I am at the center of everything. What gives me life is what gives you life. And that's who we are. We are the life-giving force that animates everything. We are life. We are love. We are light. And it's all one thing. And we are that. When we die, we go back to that. We go back to the light. We go back to the love. We go back to the eternal consciousness of God. That's what I am. That's who I am. And I know this to be true. So when I am afraid of somebody judging me, I'm not afraid of them judging me, because I can't be rejected. So when I'm afraid of rejection, it's not me that's afraid of rejection, because I can't be rejected. I'm in this state right now. I'm not afraid of rejection. But in my smaller self, I'm afraid of rejection, because my ego is afraid of rejection. Because my ego is a fucking baby and it wants to keep me safe. But my ego can only be rejected by your ego. And when we live in this world as our ego and we only see other people as their egos, we fucking clash so hard. But when we can see that I am just you, you are a direct reflection of me. Your fears and your desires are the same as mine, because we are the same self. Anyways, it's just mind-blowing to realize that I live my life in this fear. And it's like, whoa, why am I struggling financially? And why do I have no discipline? And why do I struggle to connect with people? literally 99.9% of the time, I can't express myself to those people in the way that I truly desire because I'm afraid. So I'm holding back 99.9% of my potential because of a fear that is impossible to be true. And that's a fucking slap to the face. That's a fucking slap to the face. But I want that slap in the face because I am tired of sleeping. I have literally been living in an illusion. I don't want to live in an illusion. I want to live in the truth. I want to live in what's real because it's literally right in front of me in every single moment. And 99.9% of the time, probably less than that, but most of the time, I don't live in the truth. I'm crowded by my fears, by my ego. Even though I feel this connection to my higher self and I feel this like desire for good in all situations, I don't really feel, when I'm lost in my egoic self, I don't feel lost. I feel like something's missing. Yeah, I feel like there's something to find. And if I feel like there's something to find, then I feel like I'm lost. But I'm not lost. I know where I am, and I know what's true, and I know what I want to do. I know how I want to live my life. I know what matters to me, what's valuable to me. I know what I want to pursue. I know the projects that are most meaningful to me. I know who I am. I know what I desire. But there's a horrific part of me that wants something else for some God-known reason. Anyways, this has been really interesting. Truth is that I know what's true, and it's just so devastating that I keep forgetting. It's so strange. It's so fucking strange. I just want to be awake. I just want to live my life awake and alive. I feel like I'm asleep and dead, literally. Like, I know what it's like to be awake and alive, and I want to live that. I want to live that. I want to let that flow through me. So that's where I'm at right now, I guess. And I'll see you in the next episode of this never-ending. I'll see you next. I hate introducing and concluding these videos. It is so weird because I have to somehow transition from feeling an energy perceiving me to complete loneliness, and it's always just like, how do I wish you farewell and also bid myself farewell from this connection that we have, which is like, is it a real connection? I don't know. I can feel future you perceiving me, which is really weird, even though physically in this moment I just have a camera in front of me and there's nobody there, but I feel you. So I have to actually find a way to say goodbye to you, even though you're not really there in this moment, which is just a strange thing to do. I truthfully just love you, and I'm so grateful for you listening to my words, and I hope to potentially one day listen to your words. And yeah, I'm gonna leave us there, and I will see you in the next session of expression and contemplation and exploration of life and all that stuff, whatever you want to call this. I'll see you there. I'm going to stop recording now and eat pizza. Goodbye.